Hey everyone, welcome to the Studs and Duds video for week 8. Let's get into it. Starting off with our studs at the QB position is no other than Pat Mahomes. Mahomes is on a historic pace and he's a superstar, and there's really not much else to say. Cam Newton had an extremely difficult matchup against arguably the best defense in the league this week, but he showed us again why he is fantasy gold. He once again got it done on the ground and through the air. His rushing ability gives him such a high floor week in and week out, and he has been the most efficient he's ever been in his career through the air. Here's one who usually doesn't make the list, and Derek Carr. He had a decent day through the air, and he also snuck in a rushing touchdown on the goal line. And Jared Goff also cracks the list here in what was another good day for this Rams offense. Even with Gurley feasting, Goff still gets his with Gurley's involvement through the air. Now on to the quarterback duds. Aaron Rodgers tops our list as he was, in my opinion, the week's biggest disappointment. I thought he would be able to be the highest scoring quarterback in the slate with how much I assumed he would have to throw to be able to stay in this game, but it just wasn't the case this week. And big time dud here from Jameis Winston, as he ended up getting benched in this one. Good news is that Fitzmagic is back, but I don't know who will be starting next week. Now to the running back duds. James Conner tops the list. He had a slow start to this game, but ended up smashing to the tune of the highest scoring running back against the league's worst ranked rush D. Next is Todd Gurley. What do you even want me to say about him? It's just another 30-point week for him. Marlon Mack, welcome back to the stud column as he once again smashed as the Colts feature back. Ever since he has returned from injury, he's looked excellent, and I think we see more of the same going forward. Joe Mixon was also great in his matchup versus Tampa Bay, who was missing their best run stuffers in this one. He bounced back from last week's dud. And Adrian Peterson turned back the clock as he had a really nice long touchdown run to seal the game for the Skins. The Redskins took advantage of the Giants losing their best run stopper. Also, Chris Carson showed he was the back to own in this committee, as he had a very nice day on the ground versus this poor Lions rush D. Onto the duds at running back. Crowell, Chubb, and David Johnson all disappointed, especially Crowell, as Bilal Plow was out this week, so he's expected to get all the usage, and he just couldn't get it done against this Bears defense. And Nick Chubb, the Browns fell behind a little early, so they just had to abandon the run, and they just had a bad day overall. And David Johnson, a lot of people thought this would be a lot different with the new offensive coordinator, and they did get him a little bit more involved in the passing game, but he still could not get it done in this really bad offense. Onto the wide receiver studs. Marvin Jones finally had his big breakout game where we were all playing Kenny Golladay. Jones is always capable of these big games, and this is one of them. Sammy Watkins also had a day as he tore up the Broncos secondary. He's still the third passing option in this offense, but he has the skill set to do this every now and then. Mike Evans was happy to get his guy Fitzmagic back as they connected for a 70-yard bomb late in this game. And Tyler Boyd continued the trend of slot receivers versus Tampa Bay. MJ Stewart is a fantasy gold mine, and we will keep attacking this every single week. Larry Fitzgerald finally broke out and topped the 100-yard mark. Maybe this change at OC will make him relevant again. And special mentions to Odell and Brown, who had a good game as well. Onto the duds at wide receiver. Kenny G was a big disappointment as Marvin Jones stole the show. Don't worry though, he's still the best receiver on this offense, and he will bounce back. And Jordy Nelson busted after we thought he would get a nice bump after the departure of Amari Cooper, but he only ended up getting one catch. And T.Y. Hilton was a no-show on a day where the Colts offense put up 40-plus points against this poor Raiders D. He's still the focal point of this offense, and this is just a blip on the radar. And Doug Baldwin had an amazing matchup versus Jalen Tabor, but it was David Moore and every other Seattle Seahawks who stole the show today. And Juju was really a non-factor in this one as Connor and AB went off. Now to the stud tight ends. No surprise to see Travis Kelce on top. He's destroyed Denver in his career. And Sergeant Jack Doyle was welcomed back to the offense to the tune of 19 points. Andrew Luck loves his tight ends as he threw 3 touchdowns to 3 different tight ends. And Jared Cook also came back alive with a nice game versus the Colts. And O.J. Howard is starting to break out and shows elite talent as he has had another good game against the Bengals. And Greg Olsen also had a solid day, as we have grown to expect this over the years, as he has great chemistry with Cam Newton. And on to the duds. Our bust of the week is David Njoku. What happened here? I don't know. Pittsburgh has been getting shredded by tight ends this year, and I really thought Njoku would have a nice game here. But he did not. And Jimmy Graham could have had a nice game early on into this game, but he ran into some bad luck and ended up dudding pretty hard. And Trey Burton finally cooled off after his scorching hot past few games. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, and leave a comment and like if you